Hi, it's Nana Diana here, and I'm going to read you a story from a long time ago, and it is called Caps for Sale. I used to have this book, but I gave it to somebody. Maybe one of you has it now. But it is about a peddler, and if you don't know what a peddler is, it's just somebody from a long time ago who used to go from town to town and they would just sell things to people because maybe people didn't have a store. And so they depended on people to go to their town and buy them things. Let's get started. Caps for sale. Here's the opening page. And he has a lot of caps for sale, doesn't he? Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. And here he is with all those caps on his head. That's a lot. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." And here's a picture, pretty much the same. And he is selling those caps for 50 cents, which is the same as 2 quarters. All right. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, slowly, as to not upset his caps. So he's gone through town and nobody wanted a cap. So now he's going to go for a walk in the country. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, he thought. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. So now he has found a good tree to lean against, and he is about to take a long nap. That's a lot of pages. Do you like long stories? They were all there, so he went to sleep, and he slept for a long time. Well, here's the sun. That's about it on that page. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. And here he is waking up from his nap. He looks very happy because he had a good nap. A shady tree. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. Oh no, so he has felt the top of his head and only his cap is there. My goodness. All right, let's see what happened. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. So they didn't just fall off his head. Can't find them. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? What do you think's up in that tree? Shh, if you've already read the book, you might know. On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. And here are all those monkeys in the tree, and they all have a cap on top of their heads. I don't think they paid for them either. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. So he's looking up in the tree now. And all of those monkeys. You monkeys, you, he said, shaking a finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, zzz, 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 zzz. So that didn't work, did it? Here he is shaking his finger at them. Monkeys are not very well behaved. This made the peddler angry, so he shook both his hands at them and he said, You monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, Zzz, 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 zzz. Here they are, shaking both their hands at him, and he's shaking his hands at them. Now he felt quite angry, and he stamped his foot, and he said, You monkeys, you better give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, Zzz, zzz, zzz. Oh no, there's a peddler stomping his foot, and the monkeys are just stamping their feet back. I'm talking in monkey talk. Jeepa does a better monkey talk than me. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and he shouted, You monkeys, you must give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, Zzz, zzz, zzz. Here he's jumping up and down now and shaking both his fists. And those monkeys are not giving back his caps. At last, he became so angry, he pulled off his own cap and he threw it on the ground and he began to walk away from the tree. There he is. So angry. Have you ever been angry? Mm-hmm. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. And here's those monkeys in that tree. And they took off their caps. And all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. There they are, flying down to the ground. Those monkeys were just copying everything he did. So when he threw down his hat, they threw down all the hats. So the peddler picked up all the caps and he put them back on his head. First, his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and the red caps on the very top. And here he's stacking them all up the way that he likes them. He looks a little bit happier now, doesn't he? Don't see any more monkeys in the tree. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. And he's walking back to town. I hope somebody buys him a cap that will make him happy. And here it says, the end. That's kind of a silly story, but I've always liked it. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you soon. I hope you liked Caps for Sale. Love you. Bye.
Goodbye.